right? If they're up here, you need to meet them up there. Does that mean you have to yell and yell at them and talk bad to them and disrespect them? No. It means your voice needs to be raised, your finger needs to be in their face or your hand, and you need to let them know, I'm not putting up with this anymore. There's behavior and there's standards. All right? And when I first arrived at Valley in 2012, our staff was not comfortable doing that at all, because we had never had a culture like that here. Now, our staff will do that now, but is Valley changed? Is it meaner than it used to be? Is our staff worse than they used to be? No. They're still one of the greatest hospital in this area. But they know now what to do to control people. All right? What else you got? Questions? Yeah.
Okay, so Billy Bob is,
I actually have a cousin named Billy Bob, but go ahead.
Okay, the guy that's just sort of talking like that, and
Mm-hmm.
we're here at a lecture and that starts kind of thing. Do you approach him? Do you go for help? I mean, what would be a scenario? How would be?
I would not approach him. I would not. I would ask someone who has expertise in the field to approach him, or I would report him to law enforcement. If I wasn't in a hospital setting, if I was in a mall or something, I would report him to security. That's not normal behavior, and somebody should be talking to him, if nothing else, to give them the mental health assistance that they need. All right? I would not approach that person. If someone came yelling and screaming in my face and I felt like, hey, enough, dude, back off, I wouldn't have a problem doing that. But I'm not approaching that person. I would defer it to law enforcement, security, or social work, or somebody else to deal with them. That is not a good sign when they're at that way today. Good question. Anything else?
The Luke-Howe Pavilion,
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any security there. They might want to give you that badge, but those people giving out those badges are so frail, they're not worth anything, so.
They're volunteers.
I know.
Yeah. So where we're going at Valley, just very quickly, where we're going at Valley is we did what's called a soft guest management. We didn't think it would be effective to go from a very open campus and then 6 months later you come in and we're getting your ID card and we got security all up in your face. We didn't think that would be effective. So what we're doing this summer, so you know, is we're going to require ID cards. Security will be in a uniform at the desk. ID cards, we'll swipe your ID cards like many other places. It'll print onto a little badge. We'll verify it's you. Your information will be blacked out. You'll stick it in and you'll go. So we are going to that this summer, and we think it's taken 7 years to get there, but I think the change will be very minimal for our visitors and our guests and our patients.
I mean, I was only asking.
And there'll be a uniformed security officer at the desk. Yeah. But if you've been to Luckow lately, you'll notice that there's only one entrance now, right? You used to be able to get in both sides. Now you can only get in one
I don't know,
side.
I'm so used to going in the one side, I don't even think about it.
There's two entrances, but you can only go in one.
That would make sense.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Just a comment though, for the general public, in a public setting, most people certainly run to safety, but then what is the next thing be called 911?
Yeah, good question. What's the next thing you do? If you run and you barricade and you hide, the next thing you need to do is call for help if you have a phone, right? If you don't want to talk on the phone, then that's fine. Dial 911, lay the phone down next to you and leave it open. People don't remember that. You know, they're like, oh, I don't want them to hear me. Just dial the phone and lay the phone on the ground and just leave it open. With the technology that they have today, they can pinpoint where that phone's at, and also they can hear what's going on in the background, right? The other question that comes up is, when should I come out? Well, it's just when someone just says police, I wouldn't come out. Police officers are trained to go in and get the bad guy and kill them. Anybody, spouse, significant others, police officer? Okay. So they're trying to go in, the first group, and take out the bad guy. The second group comes in and looks for second bad guys. The third group comes in to rescue you. So what I tell my staff is, make them rescue you. Make them come to you. Make the police find you. Don't come out until you're 100% sure it's the police department, right? So another question people bring up all the time is cell phones. I don't want my cell phone on me. What if someone texts me or my Facebook pops up and it says beep, 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 right? And it gives away my position. Anytime in 2020, if something happens, I want my phone. I can get on the internet. I can call people. It has a GPS locator in it. They know where I'm at. I want my phone. I'll take a chance of a beep going off in the middle of something bad in order to have my phone on me. Anything else?
There's one more. Did you say this already, or was it from Michelle? But one of the things that I found was it's important to say if you call the police, not just like, you you should use the words active threat, if it's an active threat, right?
Yeah.
Could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, basically, I just got back from Oak Ridge with a couple of Paramus cops and there's a couple of FBI agents. If you say we're having an issue at the craft center, we need help, they're probably gonna send 2-3 officers, right? If you say we're having an active threat situation or there's a man with a gun at the craft center, they're gonna send about 30. They're gonna send every cop they have, right? So there is a difference to the way they respond, and so you need to give them as much information as possible. The worst case scenario is call 911 and just lay your phone down. Just leave it there, don't hang it up. That's the easiest thing to do. You can hide, you can be quiet, and they can hear everything that's going on. I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Let me turn this video off so I can show you these books real quick.